If you have a special birthmark like an M or a crescent on your hand, pay attention, because this message isn't for everyone. If you found this message, know that it wasn't by accident. There is something very special about you. Something that has always made you feel like you don't really belong in this world. Have you noticed that your intuition is sharper than those around you? That there are strange events always happening in your life, such that it is never normal? The mark on your hand is more than just a random drawing. It is a reminder, a signal from the universe, a calling that connects you to a greater mission. From the very beginning, you were chosen for something that not everyone can understand. But the world has done everything to distract you, to make you forget who you really are. But the truth always comes back, and right now, it's right before your eyes. This moment cannot be missed. Are you faced with a choice? Continue to ignore the signs, or finally wake up and accept what has always existed within you. But remember, time is running out. If you don't act now, this opportunity may never come again. Before we go any further, I need you to do 3 things right now. Press the button like. This will help this message spread to those who need to hear it most. Subscribe to the channel. We are on the journey to reaching the milestone 10,000 subscribers. And each of your participation is the strength that strengthens this mission. Comment number 99. This is a signal sent to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message. And remember, if you are truly the chosen one, you will watch this video till the end. Deep inside, you already know that this word is for you. If you are ready to accept this truth, your life will never be the same again. If you've been following along up to this point, then you're ready. And now, let's get started, because this could be the most important moment in your life. You've felt it, haven't you? Something inside you always whispers that you were born to do greater things. A deep calling that you cannot ignore. Do you think you came here just by chance? Not at all. Everything you've been through, every trial, every pain, every doubt, it's all been preparation for this moment. Now, you are facing an important turning point in your life. Friend, about to cross the line between who you once were and who you were born to be. But this transformation requires something from you. It doesn't come easily. It needs you courage. It needs you accept that you are chosen for a purpose far greater than what reason can comprehend. Take a look around. Not everyone can travel this far. Many people retreat, hesitate, let fear carry them away. But you are different. You cannot continue to ignore this fact any longer. There is one flame is burning within you, calling for the change. This is the calling. Will you answer? Remember, the change you seek does not come from outside. It is not in advice. It is not in signs from anyone else. It's inside you. Just waiting for you to do it. First step. Step will define all. That step will distinguish between people forever living in doubt and people today dare to accept your true self. The waiting time is over. Time to look for answers from outside. It's already past. Everything you need is already inside you, ready to awaken. But only you can make that decision. So the question now is very simple. Are you ready to accept your true self? You are ready. Control your destiny. Not yet? If the answer is yes, let's move on, because this journey has just begun. Time is passing. With every day you hesitate, the door in front of you may close forever. Friends, sense something is changing, right? Other energies are moving around you. Let's move on. It's time to answer the call. This is not a coincidence. This is a call to action. The universe has begun to move. God has arranged everything. He has opened the way for you. But there is one important thing. No one can walk for you. That first step is yours, and it cannot be delayed. Every second you hesitate, every moment you doubt is a missed opportunity. Ask yourself, how many times have you felt like you should do something but didn't? How many opportunities have passed by just because you kept waiting for the perfect moment? The truth is, the perfect moment never comes by itself. It must be created, and that moment is right now. If you wait, you stay stuck. It's that simple. Your life will continue to repeat like a cycle with no escape, and you will forever feel empty. A restless feeling, something missing, as if your soul is yearning for a change. But deep inside, you know what you need to do. You got the sign. You have felt the calling. Now the choice is right in front of you. Will you keep waiting? Nice, stand up and accept what already belongs to you. Remember, fate waits for no one. Either you decide now, or one day, you may regret not taking the opportunity sooner. And know that, whenever a major transformation is about to take place, there are forces that seek to stop it. This is no coincidence. The enemy knows the power you carry within you, and it will do everything it can to keep you in fear, doubt, and stagnation. But now, you realize it. So the final question for you is, will you let fear hold you back? Or will you move forward and become the person you are destined to be? Have you ever realized that every time you are about to make an important turning point in your life, something always appears to hinder you? Distractions, unexpected difficulties, even relatives and friends accidentally make you lose motivation. That's no coincidence. There is one invisible war is going on. One spiritual battle that the naked eye cannot see, but you feel it in my soul. The enemy does not want you to move forward. It spreads suspicion, leaving you confused on value. It whispers into your mind, saying you can't afford it, that you are not worthy. But remember carefully, these are just lies. You can't let those voices paralyze you. One of these, the most dangerous trick that the enemy uses is distraction. It uses fear, weariness, worldly problems to pull you away from your true purpose. It makes you immersed in procrastination, convincing myself that now is not the time. But you already know the truth. Now, you understand that these difficulties are not a sign that you should stop. Opposite, they are proof that you are on the right track. Pay attention. The closer you get to the breakthrough, the stronger the attacks. The bigger the task, the fiercer the resistance. But the key to winning this battle is consistency. Don't give up. Don't let fear take over you. Don't let distraction lead you astray from the path to which you were called. You have been chosen for something great. Nothing can stop you unless you allow it. Now, the choice is yours. Will you let the enemy win, or will you keep going despite all the obstacles? There is one important principle that governs everything in Father. True transformation, faith. If you know faith, you will be stuck inside fear, doubt, and stagnation. But when you have faith, you can move mountains, open paths that seem impossible, and achieve what others think is unattainable. So now what will you choose? Fear or faith? Delay or act? Stand still or step into your own destiny? Make a decision now. Because this could be the most important moment of your life. Faith is more than an idea, it is action. It is not merely a passing thought or emotion, but live and act as if the promise has been fulfilled. To be first step, even if you can't see the whole road ahead yet, trust that there is a greater one who has prepared everything for you. Have you noticed that? Do the most difficult moments in your life always come with a test of faith? That's no coincidence, because faith is the key that opens the door to the seemingly impossible. When you truly believe, when you act with firm conviction, the universe will respond. But here it is, the biggest mistake that many people make. They wait for a feeling of security before taking action. But faith is not based on feelings, it is based on actions. You don't have to see the entire staircase to walk. Friend, just believe there is a way, even if your eyes don't see it yet. And that's it. The difference between those who keep moving forward and those who stay stuck in place. People of faith will walk, even when things are uncertain. Those who doubt will forever wait for a sign from the outside, without realizing that the biggest sign has always been within themselves. Now let's look again at your own life. How many times have you been waiting for everything to be perfect before taking action? You have to fear paralyzes me how many times? Or are you ready? Take the first step and believe the answer will come along the way. Faith is the key, but using it or not is your decision. So I ask you, are you ready to trust, even if you don't have all the answers yet? If the answer is yes, keep walking. Because this journey has just begun. Nothing that happens in your life is random. Every moment of struggle, every challenge, every new beginning are all part of something much bigger. One divine plan has been arranged for your existence. And now, do you have enough faith to step into that plan? From the moment you were born, your path was laid out, but very few people actually discover it real purpose yours. Most spend their whole lives stuck in fear and distraction. You can't make that mistake. You've been come with something bigger. What's going on with you? It's not a coincidence. Can you feel it? The feeling that something great is about to happen, the restlessness within you is not meaningless. That is it, confirmation that it's time to get your life in order according to the plan. God has already planned it for you. But remember the most important thing: God will not force you to follow that path. The choice is always yours. You can continue living as before, ignore the signs, or you can trust and take the first step towards your true destiny. What God has for you is so much greater than you can imagine. But you must be ready to accept that. And this requires commitment, action, and faith. Fear always appears when you are about to take a big leap. It whispers into your mind, trying to convince you that you are not ready. It spreads the thought that things could get worse, that you should wait a little more. But that's the biggest trap. Fear and doubt are not signs that you should stop. They are evidence that you are on the right track. If you're not aiming for something great, these barriers even will not exist. The greater the goal, the greater the challenge. Let's pause and look back at your life. How many times have you postponed important decisions because of fear? How many opportunities have you missed because you felt you weren't ready? Ask yourself, what would be different if you just believed and moved forward? The truth is, fear will never completely go away, but it doesn't need to control you. The choice is yours. Will you let fear hold you, or will you walk in faith and accept your destiny? The key is not to wait until the fear goes away, but to act in spite of it. Courage does not mean lack of fear. It means don't let fear paralyze you. What about doubts? So what? They will always come, as they always do. Human mind always seek reassurance, always wanted to have its solid evidence that everything will be okay. But that is not the way of faith. Faith requires you to believe before you see. If you're waiting for all the answers to appear before taking action, you will still stuck exactly where you are. So now you have a choice. You will let fear and doubt stop you. Experience your true transformation? Good. Will you face them and move forward, confident that something greater awaits you? The time for hesitation is over. Friend, know what I need to do. Now, all that's left is to decide, will you move forward or turn back? If you're ready to move on, go ahead. The best is yet to come. Have you ever wondered, why do some things take so long to happen? Why, even though you try your best, there are still doors always seems to close? The answer lies in something that many people often overlook: God's time. His time is not the same as human time. Always human want everything at once, want to have immediate answers, immediate changes, immediate results. But God does something else. Sir, see the whole picture. Sir, know the exact moment that everything must happen so that your growth and transformation is complete. And here's the biggest challenge. Trust even when it seems like nothing is happening. But the truth is, there's always something going on. You can't see, can't feel, but plans were already moving behind the scenes. The problem is that many people give up too early before they see results. Wait is never easy. It's possible, makes you tired, frustrated, even painful. But there's one thing you need to understand. Waiting time is never wasted time. God uses those moments to strengthen you, prepare you, and mold your character. So don't give up. Great things are coming. Friend, just believe and walk. God doesn't just want to give you what you want. He wanted to know if are you ready to receive and maintain that blessing. Think again. How many times have you tried to rush something, only to realize that are you not really ready? How many times have you looked back and understood that if you got what you wanted too soon, you might not have had the strength to keep it? Because God does not delay, nor is He in a hurry. He acts just at the perfect time. And that moment could be right now. But to accept that, you must trust. You need stop fighting time and get started. Immerse yourself in its flow. There are no great ifs, there is no perseverance. No real transformation takes place if there is no commitment. Maybe you feel that you are on the right track, but if you don't have the discipline to keep going, you'll still be stuck in the same cycle. Many people start to change, but give up when the going gets tough. Surname want the results, but don't want to go through the process. Surname wants to win, but doesn't want to fight. But the truth is simple. Only those who persevere will see the promise fulfilled. Have you ever noticed that every time you decide to change something in your life, challenges arise? It seems everything suddenly became more difficult. This doesn't happen by accident. Whenever you take a step toward your destiny, resistance will arise to test you, and that is where many people fail. Surname give up at the first obstacle. Surname come back at the first difficulty, and then they back to where they were as if nothing had ever happened. But that can't be your story. You've gone too far to turn back. Now is the time to prove to yourself that you are truly committed, because what awaits on the other side of this journey is greater than any obstacle along the way. Commitment means keep going even if you don't see results right away. Trust the process even when things get tough. Memorize every day the reason why you started. Don't allow anything to make you give up. Let's keep going. The greatest thing is still waiting for you. Now, look inside yourself. Are you truly committed to own transformation? Or have you let the difficulties go prevent yourself from moving forward? The answer to this will determine your destiny, because only those who persevere achieve their true goals. If you have decided to move on, keep going. The best is yet to come. Have you ever wondered why? Some people become stronger after trials, while others get overwhelmed and give up. The answer is very simple. Trials do not come to destroy you, but to shape you. There are no great things born without going through the refining process. Gold needs to go through fire to become pure. Diamonds only form under great pressure. Likewise, your journey requires you to face challenges because they are training your faith, strength, and determination. It is natural to want to avoid pain. No one wants to suffer. But think about it another way. Instead of seeing challenges as barriers, see them as stepping stones. Instead of feeling blocked, see it as an opportunity to become stronger and wiser. Every obstacle you have faced until today has brought you to this point. What once seemed insurmountable in the past, you have passed. And now, as you face new challenges, the only question remaining is, will you use them as motivation, or will you use them as a reason to give up? The truth is, the greatest achievements belong to those who learn to turn pain into growth, turn challenges into growth opportunities. Because this is your preparation for something bigger. The challenges you are facing right now, not a punishment. They are training, to be a test to see whether are you really ready for the next level. And those who pass this test will enter the transformation stronger and more confident than ever. Because every great transition requires preparation. Friend, it is impossible to enter a new level of life if you are not ready to maintain it. Many people want to grow, but very few are willing to go through the process that growth requires. If God has something great for you, be ready for it. God will not give you what you desire before the right time. He wants to make sure you are ready. Because a gift received too soon can become a burden instead of a blessing. Think about this. A farmer do not harvest before the season. The soil needs to be prepared, the seeds need time to germinate, the crops need enough time to grow. If he tries to rush the process, the harvest will be weak and not reach its full potential. Same way, your journey requires patience and preparation. What you perceive as obstacles actually are opportunity to develop. They are tests, are shaping your character, strengthening your faith, and teaching you lessons you will need in the future. But here it is, the biggest mistake that many people make. They want advancement without preparation. They want blessings, but don't want to go through the training process. But God doesn't work that way. So don't just want to take you to the top, He wants you stay there. And so you must be ready. Instead of asking yourself, why hasn't everything happened yet? Ask yourself, am I really ready for what I'm asking for? If the answer is yes, not yet, then this is the time to strengthen ourselves, to prepare for what is coming. Because when the right time comes, there will be no more time to prepare. You must be ready, and those who are prepared will be raised up immediately. Now the question remains, are you preparing or just waiting? If you have chosen prepare, keep moving forward. The next stage is closer than you think. Desert, a place of silence, trial and loneliness. A period of time it seems nothing happened, your prayers not heard, the path to becoming obscure. But what many people don't understand is, the desert is not a punishment, it is a training. Historically, great chosen ones always have to go through a period of time in the desert before entering great transformation. Moses spent many years in the desert before leading his people. Joseph was thrown into a pit, imprisoned before becoming governor. Jesus spent 40 days in the desert before beginning his ministry. Why? Because the desert is a school, a place those who are truly called to be trained and shaped. If you feel like you are going through a dry period, where nothing seems to be progressing, where your prayers are not answered, understand that God has not abandoned you. Sir is preparing for you. In the desert, you learn to trust completely in God. Let go of what no longer serves you, fortified for what's to come. The desert is not the end. It is transformation between who you were and who you are destined to become. But there is one mistake that many people make. Surname against the desert. Surname fight it. Try to leave before the time comes. And then they back to the old cycle again, but never fully experiencing what God has prepared for them. Now you have to decide. Accept this process and let it train you, or fight it and prolong this trial even further. The desert has a purpose. It is not permanent. If you learn from it, you will be guided directly to your destination. From the beginning, you felt different. Always have something inside you makes you not like the rest. A profound feeling that your life has a greater purpose, even if no one else can see that. That's not imagination. That is a call. The chosen ones bear a mark. Some people can I see this mark on my body, like letter M or crescent moon on the palm. Others feel this imprint on their souls as one inexplicable restlessness, an uncontrollable desire to understand the truth, a calling to something greater. But there's a problem. The world tried to erase you from an early age. You have been teaches to doubt oneself. You have been taught to question your gifts. You have been pressed having to fit into stereotypes was never meant for you. They tried to convince you that you were just a normal person, but that lie can never hold you completely. Because deep inside, you always know that you were born to do something great. Being chosen does not mean having an easy life. Opposite, your journey is always marked by challenges. Every rejection, every challenge, every obstacle you faced has a reason. They do not come to destroy you, but to prepare you for what is to come. And now, it's time to accept your identity, accept the mission that has been given to you, accept that you cannot live as before. The question now is no longer that, am I the chosen one, which is, am I ready to live as a chosen one? If the answer is yes, then let's move on, because there is no turning back on this journey. We've come this far, and now you know the truth. You understand that it was not by chance that you found this message. You know that your life has a greater meaning, and all you have gone through up to now is just preparation. But remember, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. Many people stop as soon as they discover who they really are. They hesitate between past and future, between faith and fear. But you can't be one of them. You are not called to stop halfway. You are called to go to the end, to complete the journey for which you were destined. And now it all depends on you. Everything said here is only valuable when you take action, when you embrace this truth and let it transform your life. For the journey of the chosen is not easy, but those who persevere will see the promise fulfilled. Those who do not give up will experience victory. So I ask you, are you ready to walk away? Are you ready to accept your true identity? Are you ready to leave the past behind and step into the future that has been prepared for you? There is no more room for hesitation. The time is now. The world needs you. Your mission awaits. Your story has just begun. And before you move on, there's one more important thing I want you to do right now. Let this message spread further, reaching those who need it. Press like, because just this small action can get this message to the right person at the right time. Subscribe to the channel, as we are on a journey to reach 10,000 subscribers, and each new member is part of this mission. Comment number 99, as this number sends a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message. I know that if you have come this far, you are not a normal person. You have discipline, you have faith, you have perseverance. You deserve the great things that lie ahead. Walk with courage, with determination, because your journey has just begun, and the best is yet to come.